Hello you. How are you doing? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing really well, whoever you are that is watching this. I'm sending you a very bright, warm welcome on this really rainy day. We're having a rainy day, and on that note, I feel like it's been so long since I've sat down to vlog, to do like a weekly vlog or to sit down and have like really longer-ish chats with you guys, because I've been doing a lot of daily vlogs, mostly because that's all I've been able to do with a lot of construction that's been going on here, a lot of other problems that have been going on here. I just haven't had a chance or the environment to sit and talk with you guys. And finally today on Monday, today's Monday, April 4th, is it? No, 5th. I'm so excited to be back. So I want to talk a lot about what I'm reading. I want to take you guys with me along this whole week, hopefully, and I'm just really excited to be back because I've really missed vlogging, and like talking to you guys and, you know, storing up memories of life at the minute. So we are unfortunately back in lockdown. That started over the weekend, so I think this is our third or fourth lockdown right now. How have I been doing? I've been doing okay. How have you been doing? I definitely had a pretty rough patch with the concussion, the post-concussion syndrome all of last week. So last week wasn't the best week for me. I was just feeling like pretty much sick for all of it, so I didn't do a lot, wasn't super productive. But this week I want to start setting like some goals every week, and maybe like just a tiny goal every single day. I think, yeah, I just want to have some goals because especially with being in lockdown, like it can feel quite monotonous, repetitive, and especially unproductive and demotivating. So yeah, even if they're just small ones, like I think ones I want to do this week is try and work out a little bit or do some low impact yoga at least every single day this week. As you can see, I finally have my bedroom back. I finally have it. I finally have a bed, you guys. I'm so happy about it. I finally have a bed. I partnered with a mattress company, and you probably would have seen that video already. The sponsorship already went up, but genuinely so excited. I mean, I don't take on like sponsorships or anything like that I'm not into or don't want to do or anything like that, but this one, just, it's honestly life-changing to not sleep on the couch every single night, and it's just so comfortable. So another goal today is to order a mattress set, because I'm currently just using random blankets I have in the house, seeing as I don't have any sheets or comforters or anything that will is like the right size for this bed. So that's something I need to do today. I finally want to order some new running shoes today, because I've been using a really battered pair that I've had since high school, and that's not okay for my feet. Why don't I treat my feet right? Treat your feet right. I'm gonna order some running shoes finally. So that's like kind of my two goals today as well. I want to go for a little walk, want to do some yoga, want to read War and Peace, because if you're part of Dickens versus Tolstoy book club, you'll know that we are reading War and Peace for April and May. I've started. Carolyn and I are both absolutely loving it. It's also extremely barren in the bedroom, seeing as like I just got it back, so there's literally nothing in here. There's also no clothes in my closet, so I need to do that. I need to do the laundry, I need to put them all away today. That's another goal. Shouldn't be too bad. I really like doing simple tasks and like chores and stuff like that. I find it very calming and relaxing, and like it's kind of nice to do. Obviously not all the time, because no one wants to do chores all the time, but you know what I mean. But what am I reading? I'm still reading Legendborn by Tracy Dion. This is the Dark Academics book for March and April, and as you can see, I'm like almost halfway through. I got to the 26th chapter mark, which is 227 pages through last night. I have a lot of thoughts about this book. When I first started it, I was liking it, and then honestly I entered like a lot of info dump for a number of chapters, and that definitely drew me away from it and wasn't making me super love it, which was unfortunate. And it was just a little bit cringy, like the magic and the fight scenes and stuff like that. It was very much just kind of tropey and like cringy, but at the point I am now at 228 pages through, I'm honestly really liking it again, because we got past the info dump, we got past the exposition, the characters are developing, we have romances and relationships that I'm so invested in. Honestly, it's so good when like a book gives you butterflies. Nick and Bree, I just love them. I love them so much. I love their chemistry. Like, I just think it's such great chemistry, and it's so nice to see. The discussions this book has about like history and inclusivity, and this book, if I didn't say, is about Legendborn, which is a group of people descended from the knights of King Arthur and stuff like that, and there's like a magical war that's being waged, and Bree is trying to infiltrate this group to find out more about what happened to her mother, who died in a car crash and stuff like that. So that's what this book is mostly about, but there's so much in here about just really important conversations, and I love the way that this book has them. I think it's so effective. It brings it right to the forefront of attention, and it's just incredible. So I'm really liking this, and yeah, so that is the first book I'm reading. I finished 2 books this month in April so far, and that was The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, and yesterday I finished The Library of Legends by Janie Chang. Unfortunately, both of those I wasn't super into. I gave both of them 3 stars, so I'll talk more about them in my wrap-up, but Library of Legends was historical fiction, fantasy set during the Second Sino-Japanese War in 1937. And The Alchemist, I'm sure you've heard of it. It's a very famous novel by the Brazilian author Paulo Coelho about I don't know, I just didn't really like it. It's kind of like a fable about discovering your own destiny and yourself and the world and stuff like that, but it just didn't click with me. So, but because I finished those, I actually started The Wish Granter by C.J. Redwine, which is part of the Ravenspire series. It's a series you can just read like out of order. I think this is technically the second one, but if you've heard me talk about The Blood Spell by C.J. Redwine, which is a retelling of Cinderella, one of my favorite young adults ever, one of my favorite reads of last year as well. I really liked it. It was so magical, so cozy. They're very much becoming fast comfort reads for me, especially on days like this, especially when I'm not feeling well, especially when I'm feeling sick or down or anything like that. I really cling to like the fantasy fairy tale thing, and C.J. Redwine's books are a huge part of that. So The Wish Granter is a retelling of, I think, Rumpelstiltskin. I'm not that far through. I think I can already tell I'm going to prefer still The Blood Spell over The Wish Granter, but in this one we have a brother and a sister, and they are being hunted because they are the illegitimate son and daughter of the king. So when Thad, who is the brother, makes a deal with the Wish Granter, they are put to the kind of height of monarchy, and they become the new king and princess. So we follow mainly Princess Ari, who is Thad's sister, and stuff that's going on with them, and obviously the repercussions, of the deal that Thad made with the Wish Granter, who I think is Rumpelstiltskin. I'm like 100% sure. But yeah, just still so cozy. I really do enjoy the writing. It is quite like a young adult book, if that makes sense, but I don't mind because that's kind of like the vibe that I want right now. So that's everything I'm reading, along with War and Peace, which, oh gosh, help me, but I've rambled on long enough, so let's go get on with the day and accomplish our chores. Hello guys, it is now Tuesday, I think. Feeling very sleepy. I'm catching up with you at it's 5:12 right now, but I do have a couple of reading updates. I wanted to talk a little bit about The Wish Granter by C.J. Redwine because I'm ending up being a little bit disappointed by it, honestly. I was really hoping it would live up to The Blood Spell, but unfortunately it's not. And something that could have been really easily done in this one, just to make it 1% better, or even, no, it would have made it 80% better, honestly, is just to have a subplot. There's absolutely no subplot, and so it makes it really hard to maintain interest on this one issue. That is literally all we're following, because the only issue is Rumpelstiltskin. Yeah, the only issue, like I said, is Rumpelstiltskin, and he is the Wish Granter in this version, but also in this world there's 7 different kingdoms. So Ari and Thad, the brother and sister, they're on Sundrail, and the Blood Spell takes place, I believe, in Balavada, which is cool. So I really like the universe that she's created, and she can just jump back and forth between whatever fairy tale retelling she wants to. But I just think with the Rumpelstiltskin spin, first of all, there's not a lot of new information, and also he is the only antagonist. There's barely any subplots. We have 3 characters, and then Alistair Teague, who is Rumpelstiltskin. That's not a spoiler, I promise, but I do really want to say it's just so cozy. A lot of it is so cozy. I really appreciate C.J. Redwine's food writing. It's just so cozy. It is very much cottagecore, especially the Blood Spell, because Blue, our main character in the Blood Spell, she can work plant magic, so would highly recommend, but just the attention to like different foods, how food makes you feel, it's just very, very cozy, and I really appreciate that, but it's just lacking in other ways. Our main character, Ari, she's very outgoing. She doesn't want to be the princess. She's pretty fearless, and she loves food, which is amazing. But we also have Thad, the king, her brother, and then we have Sebastian, who is the weapons master, newly hired by the king because the king has made a wish with the wish granter, and you're not supposed to do that. So a lot of the nobility and everyone in his line of work, his employees and stuff like that, they don't trust him, and so a lot of them have left. So he's had to hire Sebastian, who is someone from like Cosum Thalis, which is the town in Sundrail. So Sebastian is very poor. He's trying to work to move him and his mother out of poverty and into like a nice cottage by the sea and stuff. So that's his goal. But then, as you can imagine, there is like a connection between Ari and Sebastian, which can't be because she's a princess. I do like their chemistry. I think it's cute, but that's kind of all that's keeping me going. Definitely like not the plot or the problems in the book that are supposed to drive the plot. It's definitely losing my interest, but just their relationship and like the food writing is really nice. So yeah, that is that one. But right now I'm hungry. I'm gonna go make some food. I'm gonna try to finish up the Wish Granter soon because it is a shame that I'm not enjoying it as much as I would like to. So I just want to move on to something else, find out what happens, and get into the next book, you know? So good morning, everyone. Welcome to Thursday. I can't believe how fast this week is going. I feel like last week was so slow. I felt literally every single hour of every day. But this week, I just can't believe it's already Thursday. But I'm catching up with you now. It's almost, I think it's afternoon. Yes, it is. It's almost 12:30. But I've done a lot of work today, got some videos up, had to send in some stuff for some sponsors I'm doing, which is exciting because I've just been able to create more content recently, which is great, with like all the support and stuff. So yeah, but on that note, I'm just about to head out the door. I need to pop in to get some dish soap because I'm almost out and I got to do my dishes. Very exciting stuff, I know. And then I'm just gonna go for a walk while I'm out because believe it or not, believe it or else, it's 25 degrees Celsius out, which is crazy. Usually in April it's still snowing and super cold, but it's just so warm, and the freckles have popped out on my face because it's so warm. So we're gonna go and we're gonna see what birds or little animals we can find today, I guess. I just have books in my bag at all times, I guess, but they're a little too heavy for today. It is so warm in here. It is so gosh darn warm. Sorry if you can hear any background noise, but it's quite noisy out there. Everyone's out enjoying the weather, and I just made some iced coffee. Got a big old bottle of water going. I thought we could talk a little bit about the Dark Academics book club pick, Legendborn. That's how far of the way through I am. Okay, so I was saying, I think my first few vlog updates about this book, I was really liking it, and I still am, but I have to say a lot of the first few parts of it was definitely a lot of info dump, honestly. The information presented about Legendborn, which is a group of people who are descendants of King Arthur, and they can do magic, and they're all training and gathering pages, and people to help with this war between the Shadowborn and them, the Legendborn, and they're trying to protect all of humanity from these demons, the Shadowborn. But the way that it was presented was not natural at all, because we have Bree, who is very much an outsider. She has the ability to see Shadowborn, but she's not really sure why. And so when she starts to infiltrate this group, like, we are learning alongside her, but the way that all of this exposition is always presented isn't very natural at all. Like, it's just like her asking, oh, what is this? And then someone being like, oh, you don't know? Let me tell you for like 5 pages what this thing is, which was a bit much, and it's still happening, even though I'm now on chapter 29, which is 266 pages through, which is unfortunate. And like, it is interesting. I'm loving the concepts. It's entertaining, but I just don't think it was the best way to introduce these things. It was just a bit info dumpy for me. One thing I can say is that I'm really liking the romance. The romance is pretty cute between Nick and Bree. Nick is one of the Legendborn, and she is entering this tournament now to be his page. He's kind of like, I guess, her sponsor in this tournament. They've teamed up. However, we also have another guy named Selwyn, who is the first Legendborn actually that we meet in this novel, and he is a king's mage. He is a Merlin, and so he is basically sworn like to protect Nick and stuff like that, and he is very much like the bad boy, whereas Nick is like very nice. Nick is just nice. He's so nice to her. They have great chemistry, but I do know, I think something happens with Sel and Bree, because I think the synopsis says something about it. But in my mind, like right now, Sel and Nick are very much Damon and Stefan from the Vampire Diaries. Cannot get it out of my head. Their descriptions are incredibly similar. Nick is very like blonde hair, blue eyes. Selwyn is dark hair, dark eyes, skinnier, shorter, and it just like matches the descriptions of Damon and Stefan from the Vampire Diaries. I wasn't a huge Vampire Diaries person. I only started watching it in like my last year of high school, and I only got, I think, till season 2, and then Netflix like took it away, at least in Canada. So but it's just, I can't get it out of my head now, and I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it, even though in the Vampire Diaries much more was a Damon girl. Okay, I just had to delete some stuff off my camera, but yeah, like I said, I am enjoying Nick a lot more. Bree is a really interesting character. I'm loving how much is inserted and hearing like the discussions being had, and the way that Tracy Dion is interacting with the Arthurian legends and stuff like that, and what she's putting in there herself and stuff like that. I just really, really like it. So that is Legendborn. Last night, I finished up The Wish Granter by CJ Redwine. I was very disappointed with this one. I ended up giving it 3 stars because I still enjoyed kind of my time with it, but like I said, it was just way too much focused on the whole Rumpelstiltskin thing. There were no subplots, and 11 hours of the same thing repeated over and over again just gets extremely boring. So yeah, that is The Wish Granter. So since finishing that one, I have 2 more audiobooks. I picked them up last night. I started both of them last night. The first one is So You Want to Talk About Race by Ijoma Oluo. This is a nonfiction all about how to talk about race and racism and these issues, and it just provides like a whole list of definitions, conversations to have, how you should go about having these conversations with people in your life, her own experiences, and so far it's just really, really good. It's really good. It's super well written as well. Very impressive. And then I also picked up Almond, which I'm literally like 5 minutes into, but I'm already very intrigued. I don't know very much about this one at all. It was just a shorter audiobook. It sounded super interesting, so I will let you know more when I am more of the way through Almond, but it sounded very intriguing from what I remember of the synopsis. So right now it is 2:20. I need to finish editing this video, send it off either tonight or tomorrow probably. I want to do a thumbnail for today. I have like my little to-do list here. Oops, sorry. I have my little to-do list here. I need to do, I have to do my emails. That's what I need to do right now, but I also want to clean up. I kind of want to make the balcony a little bit cute because it's definitely very warm out, so I might take my work out there, and then we will see. So I also need to read War and Peace today. I'll read a little bit more of Legendborn today, and it's just a busy day. So I hope you're doing well. What are you reading? How are you? Yeah. Alright, so it is around 4:30 almost, and I just did my laundry, but at this point I'm so warm. The apartment's got so hot because of today, and I know next week is supposed to cool down more, but I think for right now I'm just gonna flake out on my bed because I got a new one. I think I probably said at the beginning of the video. So stoked about it. I finally got a good night's sleep last night. It was the best sleep I've had in so long, and I'm so happy about it. So I think I'm just gonna lay down. I'm probably not gonna have a nap, sorry. And I'm going to listen to probably Almond, actually. I feel like I want to just get into the swing. There's a lovely breeze coming in the window. It's still a gorgeous day, and then I think after that I want to finish up the last little touches on my video. It's a daily vlog. You'll probably see it before this one actually, so hi. And then I want to read War and Peace because I haven't done that today, and I have to get through 22 pages. I do have the audiobook as well, but it's like the audiobook I have is a different translation from the book I have. The book is the one by Louise and Elmer Maude, which I'm liking a lot better. The audiobook is the one by Constance Garnett. So it's just interesting kind of having both perspectives as I dip in and out of each. So anyway, Almond, let's go. Alright, so I just had dinner. I had a really yummy salad, and I'm out here with, I'm not gonna lie, Biscoff and a bag of pretzels, because I really like pretzels dipped in Biscoff. It's fabulous. But I also have Legendborn out here, so I'm gonna read a little bit of this today, see what happens, because I'm at kind of like the second trial right now, and stuff is going down with Cell and Bree, and there's just accusations flying everywhere with those two. They definitely, I don't know if it's gonna be an enemies to lovers with these two or what. Like I've heard something about it, like I said this morning, but like so far I just really like Nick because he's actually a nice person and is nice to her, whereas Cell just insults her and is so mean. So I don't know. If we know young adult though, I think Cell is probably, something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's find out. Hi, so I think I look a little bit crazy right now. My hair is all falling out. It's because I'm catching up with you a little bit later in the day. I went for a really nice walk this morning. It is another gorgeous day. It was raining this morning, but now it's just absolutely cleared up. It's around 3:30 or something right now, and I have some reading updates at Legendborn with Almond. So I made some progress with Almond because I've been listening to it a little bit last night and today while I was cleaning up, doing chores and stuff like that, but I can finally tell you a little bit of a synopsis because I know more what it's about now. We're following this young boy. He doesn't recognize feelings. He's unable to distinguish one from the other. He's not sure what things like fear or hatred or anger feel like, and so he relies primarily on his mother and grandmother to help him through the world, to help him respond to questions and to day-to-day life. So he's not bullied and teased and harassed, which is really sad. So we're just kind of following him right now as he's going to school. These incidents are happening to him and stuff like that. And yeah, the writing is definitely very simple, easy to fall into, and it's just like a nice conversational tone. It's all through his perspective as well. All right, so I'm inside. I just got some, wow, hello, water with what is this, peppermint. I put a peppermint tea bag in there because it makes it very refreshing. It takes a while for the peppermint tea-ness to get into there, but yeah, I love it. Everyone's been putting down like fresh wood chips to get their gardens ready, and it just, the smell, heavenly. So I thought I would chill out in here in bed because it's gorgeous. I get a nice view right next to the window. There's a nice breeze coming in as we saw, and I'm gonna read a little bit more of War and Peace right now, but I also thought I would maybe talk about my April TBR. It's pretty chill this month. I didn't really plan it out. I think maybe I'll do like every other month I'll do maybe a planning video for that month, but something I really want to get to is The Alienist and Other Short Stories by Assis because just really want to. I've been wanting to pick this up for so long. It's not that long, and I know I'm trying to read War and Peace, which is quite a journey, but I don't know if I'll be able to complete this. Wow, that just makes my day. In April, but I'd really like to start, and I know a lot of people yeah, just love it, and I've heard so many good things that I can't not pick it up right now, so I might actually start this today. And I am listening to Almond, and So You Want to Talk About Race. Those are both pretty short audiobooks. In terms of more audiobooks, I also have in at the minute, I just got in The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. I've been waiting on that one for a long time, and it seems like the perfect weather to read it in, so that's my plans right now. Just chill out before dinner. I think I'm gonna make some rice pretty soon, and yeah, if you guys would like to see more food videos in the future, I just uploaded one, or it's going up tomorrow, the day that I'm recording this, but definitely let me know. Ooh, that's good. Let me know because I would do that. So let's read. Good afternoon. So I'm once again catching up with you guys after my, I guess, early afternoon walk, but I just ordered some Uber Eats because I'm really running low on food. So I am trying the Burger King vegan burger, which I've never tried before because just craving a burger. I also got some onion rings, but the goal for today is to finish Almond. And by finishing Almond, I will also be finishing my 700th book. I remember I did, I think, a vlog when I reached my 600th book. I think that was in August of 2020, so now we're on 700, which is really cool, and I'm thinking it's got to be Almond because I have about an hour and a half left on the audiobook, so that's going to be super manageable today. I'm probably just going to finish that up while I do my chores. I'm going to start on some spring cleaning, which I will definitely try to include more of in next week's vlog because actually a few of you guys have been asking for some cleaning content, which, you know, it's the thing I do, so I can very easily provide that for you. Anyway, I'm gonna go wait very impatiently for my burger to get here because I'm very hungry, and I'm just gonna flake out on the couch because it's another warm day. The trees have blossomed all of a sudden with no warning at all. Like, I woke up this morning and there's green buds everywhere out the window, and I swear yesterday they weren't there. So spring magic is in the air. It looks like fairies just barfed everywhere on the ground because little flowers are just sprouting up everywhere you look, and it's gorgeous. So it's another warm day, but I'm gonna cool off, drink a whole bunch of water, and wait for food to get here, and try to finish up Almond today. So there's been a lot more going on in the plot as well. It's a very sad book, I do have to say, but I will speak to you very soon about it once I get through this part that I'm going through right now. So I just got finished with a whole bunch of chores. I just sat down to edit for a little bit. I swept, I did a little bit of laundry, I cleaned the kitchen a little bit. I still have a few dishes to do. Honestly, there's just like 6 mugs in the sink. For some reason, I just have to drink from 6 mugs a day, apparently. Like, what is wrong with me? Why can't I just have one? I have now less than an hour left on Almond, and basically what's been happening is that our protagonist, who is this boy, he has alexithymia, I think is how you pronounce it, and he has a lot of trouble distinguishing, labeling, feeling feelings, being able to comprehend social situations. A really tragic event has happened in his life. It happens pretty early on in the book. I'm not going to say anything because it took me completely by surprise, but it is in the synopsis that this does evolve around a pretty tragic event in his life when he's around, I think, like probably less than 13 or 11 years old, but now he's just made friends with another boy his age who is at his school, and it's about their relationship, how both of their lives have intertwined now and are intersecting, and what consequences or benefits that might have. It's about their very tentative and like kind of hanging from a string friendship. There's just not a lot there to be enthralled by in the writing style. It's just, like I said, very just like put down, conversational, because it's all from the perspective of our narrator, who is this young boy. So I am liking it, and I think at the end, I don't know what's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. I can like feel it. I've heard people talk about Almond, and I know something is going to happen. I just don't know what. So I would also highly recommend So You Want to Talk About Race by Ijoma Oluo. I have been listening to about an hour of it a day, just trying to like go through it a little bit of a day, digest a lot of it in shorter periods. So I've been listening a lot to it in the morning, which has been nice. And honestly, I'm just like learning tons. There's so much information. There's so much of her own personal life, her own personal experiences, and it goes over a lot of important information. It talks about intersectionality. It talks about privilege. Yeah, I just highly recommend it. So that is that one. And I think after I finish Almond, which I said is going to be like my 700th book, that's crazy. I mean, I've read more than 700 books in my life, but I'm probably not going to go back on Goodreads and like add all of the Magic Treehouse books, you know what I mean? Because there's like 60 of those or something, but kind of 700, I guess, like books in general, do you know what I mean, that aren't like children's books, aren't books I read when I was super young. 700 books like officially on my Goodreads, which is really exciting and so crazy to think as well. I wonder when I'll hit like 1,000 books, because that is definitely a goal. But yeah, I think I want to start the house in the Cerulean Sea. Like, the weather outside is just making me extremely happy. And I want something light. I'm kind of craving a middle grade, and I know the house in the Cerulean Sea isn't a middle grade, but it has to do with children who have special powers, and it just seems like a good spring read. I also kind of want to film like a spring book recommendation. Someone recommended a cottagecore book recommendations list, which I think is fabulous, and I've really been thinking about it. I've been looking at my shelves, and I have like a lot of options, honestly, for that one, so I might see if that's something I could do, because I'm kind of in the mood to film today, although honestly it's already a little bit late, but the sun stays out for so long now, so I could still do it in the evening. Anyway, this has been a pretty lengthy update for me. I should really just go finish Almond right now, because like I said, I'm almost done it anyway, so maybe I'll wash those 6 mugs of coffee and tea and whatever else in the sink and finish up Almond. All right, I finally finished it. I finished it just before 6 o'clock. It's almost 6 o'clock right now, and I finished Almond. By Won Pyong-sun. I liked it. I'll definitely have more thoughts in my wrap up. In the end, I was a little bit disappointed. Not that I didn't like it, but I think just for like my personal taste, contemporary as a genre isn't something I really gravitate towards, although I did really like the exploration of relationships and friendships in here, and there's a lot of tragic and like heart-wrenching, pulling at your heartstrings type of content and discussion in Almond as well. But I think overall I would give it like 3.5 stars. So far in April, I've had 3 3-star reads and now a 3.5 star read. So I feel like my reading month has just been pretty average so far, but yeah, like I said, I'll go over more of Almond in my April. It is April, right? Yeah. April wrap up. I think my favorite thing was definitely, yeah, just the relationships in this book were cool. That is Almond. I am glad I read it, and I definitely would love some more Korean book recommendations if you guys have any. I know this is quite a recent release, but now I'm really hoping we're gonna get like a 4 or at least 5-star this month. I know today's only the 9th, I think, but I did just pick up The House in the Cerulean Sea. I've been trying to get into like a very cozy, magical, whimsical kind of headspace with like my space as well as my headspace, and spring just always helps to do that because everything is blooming, like the outside is quite magical, and the books I'm reading I want to be quite magical. I'm really in the mood for fantasy right now, so I'm just hoping The House in the Cerulean Sea gives me what I want, and based on what I've heard of it, I think it better. But yeah, I also started watching Howl's Moving Castle last night. Now, with movies, I haven't watched a movie in 1.5 years. Just a very short explanation. I have post-concussion syndrome, unfortunately. But what I've been trying to do, or what I started doing last night, is to watch like either 5 minutes to 15 minutes of a movie, maybe every other day, maybe every 3 days, just see how that goes for me, because I just really want to watch Howl's Moving Castle and all the Miyazaki films. Like, it's all I want to do. So I watched 10 minutes of Howl's Moving Castle last night. I laughed, I cried, my chest felt like it wanted to burst. I just can't tell you, like, I've never seen the movie, I've only read the book, and of course I've listened to the soundtrack thousands of times, but I've never actually seen it. I've never seen any Miyazaki movie before, which feels like, why would I do that to myself? So yeah, like, it's hard for me, but it's worth it. And Howl's Moving Castle, just like that whole world is all I want to be in right now, all I want to feel right now. It just made me feel so many things last night, and so maybe I'll try another 5 minutes of it tonight. It's definitely gonna take me a really long time to watch movies or to even complete one movie, but I'm not gonna be mad about it. I'm just gonna take my time, really soak it in, really love maybe being able to come back to it for all these days in a row. Yeah, anyway, that's my last update for this vlog. I think for the rest of the night I'm gonna make some bread because I don't have any bread in the house. Can you believe that? So I think I'm gonna try baking some of my own tonight, and yeah, I really need to read War and Peace because I didn't read any yet today, but that's okay. I also have a video going up tomorrow that I need to get ready, so yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna say good night, farewell friends. I hope you're doing really well. Yeah, If you have anything magical in your life, please tell me, or anything, any hobby, any form of media, any arts, anything that's keeping you really good company. Yeah, I would love to hear it. I hope you guys are doing really well, and if you're not, that's okay. And in the meantime, I will see you soon. In the meantime, I will see you soon? Sure, let's go with it. Okay, ciao.